So just last night, I was up later than I wanted to be. Couldn't quite get to sleep as soon as I would have liked. But I was kind of thinking, because I'd been in a stream, they had a bunch of drama YouTubers there, and they were talking about the drama content drought for like 2 or 3 weeks. And last night I was kind of thinking, recently it's been kind of hard to come up with some ideas. And really it kind of hit me. That's because I hadn't been reading all that well recently. And so I realized, because, information in means information vomited out. So as I read, I kind of take something in, process it, digest it, puke it out half digested onto the internet. And that's kind of been the cycle for the most part, is that. But when you stop that information coming in, it's kind of hard to have something to digest halfway to spit out. And that's kind of something that I've realized. I mean, it's like you could watch a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff, but sometimes it's just not the same as picking up a good book and going through that instead. It's been kind of one of those sticking points that's kind of helped my flow, and since some things have kind of slowed down, that's one of the things that suffered. So just kind of finding that flow and keeping it going can be a bit of a challenge, because as the seasons change, you've got to change how you flow things so that I can keep that content flow rolling and that idea flow, and I'm not just sitting here on a whim, figuring out, okay, what now? I mean, it's resulted in some pretty interesting stuff, but at the same time, it's not very sustainable to keep going that way if I have nothing to go off of, because as new content comes in, then new content can result from that. Because when you take in the content, you process it, and then something slightly different can come out of it because of the ideas that come from it. And so as one takes in the information, a lot of people recommend books as a good way, because books can capture every sense, while at the same time not being something that you're watching per se. I mean, I prefer the paperback, physical stuff. Some people will do ebooks, others will do audiobooks. Audiobooks have their place, but I think sitting down and turning the pages of a really good book is where it's at. And there's actually a really good book that talks about reading books. I know it's weird, a book about reading books. But it talks about how to read books so that you can, to kind of direct you in a way to learn how to process and digest those ideas so that they are easier to incorporate and easier to grasp what's being talked about. I might, think I could put a link up for that one. There's been a couple places. I mean, there are books all over the place that you can get. They're really easy to source. I think I'll leave a link in the description and kind of flash it up of where you can go to get some good books. You sign up for an account for free. I mean, it's this looks like an MLM. It's yeah, it is. But I'm not saying join it. I'm saying get a free account and buy the product. That's all I'm saying, really. And that's a good way that you can help support the channel as well and keep this stuff rolling. So if you do that, then that'll make it easier that way. And then you've also got a good, consistent source of good books. And this book, it's actually called Turn the Page, is on there. And I think it's about the only place you can get it. So, yeah, I highly recommend that. And then they've got a bunch of other books, too, there. Whether it be about, like, getting your finances straight or things like that. Yeah, I'd recommend that. The Discord and stuff is down below if you have any questions. And, yeah, have a good one.